Hello everyone, and welcome to English Story Radio channel. Today, I'm excited to share an English story with you. If you enjoy this story and want to see more like it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll be the first to know when I upload new content. Without further ado, let's get started. As soon as the bell rang, Michael quickly gathered his books and headed for the laboratory, where he had his chemistry class. He was a junior studying biology at the University of California, and he had been fascinated by science since he was a kid. Michael had always loved learning about the natural world and was determined to make a difference in the field of medicine someday. As he walked into the laboratory, Michael scanned the room for his lab partner, Sarah. She was already there, setting up the equipment for their experiment. Michael couldn't help but feel a little nervous around Sarah. She was smart, pretty, and had a great sense of humor. He had been developing feelings for her for a while now, but he didn't know if she felt the same way. "Hey, Sarah," Michael said as he approached her. "Are you ready for today's experiment?" "Of course," Sarah replied with a smile. "Today, we're going to be testing the properties of different acids and bases. It should be interesting." Michael nodded, trying to focus on the experiment, but his mind kept wandering back to Sarah. He had to admit to himself that he was attracted to her. He found her intelligence and confidence irresistible, and he loved the way she laughed at his jokes. As the experiment got underway, Michael and Sarah worked together like a well-oiled machine. They had great chemistry in the lab, and Michael found himself enjoying every moment they spent together. As they finished up the experiment, Sarah turned to Michael and said, "You know, Michael, you're a really great lab partner. I appreciate how hard you work and how dedicated you are to science." Michael felt his cheeks turn red. He had been waiting for an opportunity to express his feelings to Sarah, and this might be his chance. "Sarah, I have to admit something to you," he said, taking a deep breath. "I really like you. I've been developing feelings for you for a while now, and I was wondering if you might feel the same way." Sarah's eyes widened in surprise, and for a moment, Michael felt like he had made a huge mistake. But then, to his relief, she smiled and said, "Michael, I had no idea you felt that way. But I have to tell you, I feel the same. I think you're smart, funny, and incredibly sweet." Michael felt his heart leap with joy. He couldn't believe that Sarah felt the same way he did. They hugged each other, and Michael knew that he had found someone special. Over the next few weeks, Michael and Sarah started dating, and they were inseparable. They went on long walks, watched movies together, and even studied for exams side by side. Michael felt like he was living a dream, and he couldn't believe how lucky he was. One day, as they were sitting in the park, Michael took out a small box from his pocket and said, "Sarah, I have something to ask you." Sarah's eyes widened as Michael got down on one knee and said, "Sarah, will you marry me?" Tears streamed down Sarah's face as she replied, "Yes, Michael, I will." Michael slipped the ring on her finger, and they kissed passionately as the sun set behind them. They knew that they had found true love, and they couldn't wait to spend the rest of their lives together. In the end, Michael and Sarah graduated from college together and pursued their dreams in medicine. They worked side by side in a research lab, and their love for each other only grew stronger with time. They knew that they had found the chemistry of love, and they cherished every moment they spent together. Years passed, and Michael and Sarah got married in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by their family and friends. They started a family of their own, and had 2 children who were the joy of their lives. Michael often looked back on that day in the lab, when he had first expressed his feelings to Sarah, and he knew that it had been the best decision he had ever made. He had found his soulmate in the most unexpected of places, and he knew that he would love Sarah until the end of time. As Michael and Sarah looked into each other's eyes on their wedding anniversary, they smiled and knew that they had truly found happiness. They had overcome the challenges of life together, and they had built a strong foundation of love and trust. In the end, Michael knew that he had been blessed to find his true love in Sarah, and he was grateful for every moment they had spent together. He knew that their love would last a lifetime, and he felt truly lucky to have found his soulmate. And so, Michael and Sarah continued to live their lives together, happy and in love, knowing that they had found the chemistry of love that would never fade away.